Good morning and welcome back to the channel Coast to Countryside with me, Andy, and thank you again for joining me this morning on our last video in this series, episode 5. Now this morning I am back again at Hurst Green to do the Tolkien Trail, and behind me is Memorial Hall. This is where I come to park. It is a suggested donation of £2 which you can pay in cash, and now with a VR code you can scan and pay online, and £2 is a really good price to pay for parking, especially if you're doing this walk, because it can take you a good couple of hours to do the Tolkien Trail. So £2 for 2 hour parking, or even longer if it takes you longer, it's not bad at all. I will obviously put a link up to the car park with the postcode for where I'm parked to bring you here, but this is where I like to park. A lot of people do go down to the Shireburn Arms, which is just up the road there, which is a nice pub to stop at the end, but parking in there is for customers only. So I would suggest you come here, pay the £2, and then you've got nothing to worry about, which is a good price to pay. As I said, we are doing the Tolkien Trail again today, and we are in Hurst Green, just outside of Longridge and just at the foot of Longridge Fell, which is just further up the road. And behind us, right at the bottom of the valley, we will have the River Shirebourn running along, which we will end up walking up the side of at the end of this walk. If you've never been to Hurst Green, it's definitely worth a visit. I would say I'm about from Preston, 30-minute drive from Preston, and if you're coming off the M6, which you will turn off the M6 and make your way up to the back of Longridge and then follow the signs for here, maybe about 40 minutes from the M6. But we did do this walk earlier in the year. It doesn't seem that long ago, me and my wife. Unfortunately she can't join me today, and we did a bit of a revised route, and when we came we went straight up here at this point to Stonyhurst College, or down to the main entrance of Stonyhurst College. I'm not going that way today, so that gentleman passed through his car. But before I turn off the main road here, I'll just flip this camera around and show you. It's a bit different now, as you can see the colour in the trees. Lots of colour in them trees now, and if you used to go straight up there, that would take you to the main entrance of Stonyhurst College itself. Today, because we didn't do it last time, we're going to go up Smithy Road and head along the fields and around the back of the Stonyhurst College. But with it being a wet week this week, don't worry, I'm well prepared. So I've got my snow boots on for walking, and if you are going to do the traditional Tolkien Trail, which I'm doing today, then this time of year I would definitely advise wearing some sort of snow boots or wellies, and not ankle high ones, as it can get really boggy across these fields and really muddy. And I do have normal walking boots, but I don't even wear them going across these fields. So we're going to head down Smithy Road now, past the football club, which I'll show you, the football pitch, and then along the back of the fields when we will get to the back of Stonyhurst College, where I will switch my camera back on. Now, because I did this walk, it seems not that long ago, even though it'll be a few months now, I'm not going to film every single bit of it and say turn left here, turn right there, because most of the walk will be the same as what we did on that walk. So if you want to see that kind of walk, go and watch that video, as I highly recommend doing this walk any time of year. But for today, I'm more going to show you the highlights of this walk and what it looks like in the autumn. So if you are coming this time of year, you get to see them lovely autumn colours, and I always do this walk this time of year for personal reasons to me. Oh, just before I switch the camera off, I've just come up side of this house here to Hurst Green Football Club. And this would be the entrance for spectators. I'm just going to flip you around now and show you the football club. And as you can see just further afield there in them trees, plenty of colour now this time of year in them trees. Plenty of colour. The football club. And just further afield there is where Stonyhurst College would be. So we'll get to the back of it later, where the observatory is. But there you go. Plenty of colour in them trees. Now it is a fresh morning for sure. It's just the way I like it. With that sun on my face, it feels nice. Bit of a hazy sun. I would flip the camera around to show you, but there's no point because I don't think it would pick up much. So I'm just going to head across these fields now, and I will flip the camera back on the other side, and I'll see you there. I've just cut across the fields. I'm just coming up to the clay pigeon target area. But now it's been a while since I cut across these fields. Last time I went around, and before that it'd been a minute before I even come this way. But after putting my snow boots on, I found out that along these fields now, if you are doing the Tolkien Trail, I can move my head in the right direction, you see there is a path to walk on. So after saying this morning about wearing proper boots or wellies, there is a path here, so I might have got away with just wearing my normal walking boots. It looks like with this being the actual Tolkien Trail, they've realised a lot of people coming here to do this walk. Them fields, if I can operate the gate as well, them fields were getting a lot of foot traffic. They were really, last time I come, they were really boggy. So they have put a path in there, and obviously it stops people from walking on other areas of the field. So you have the livestock over one side, and people just stick to the paths there. So that's good. I'm just going to continue onwards now. This part is still the same. But one of my, for this view alone, and I'll show you, look at this. And we've got clay pigeon shooting just over here is where they do it. And nice tree there, full of colour, full of colour this walk this time of year. And you just see it's going down into a little valley there. And the valley runs off that way down towards River Shirebourn. So stick on this path, and it will take us to the back of the college, and I'll put my camera on because last time we didn't go that way, so I'll just show you around the back of Stonyhurst there. Then we'll probably skip the area because once we get back to the road where we met up last time, walking down the side of the forest and into that forest area bit, I might put the camera on there again. But the journey up there, I might just leave the camera off because it is essentially just the same as that walk. But for now, save battery, and I'll continue on after getting a picture. You always get a picture here at this location. You always get a picture. I'm going to get one, and then I'll continue on. So we just cut across the field, and there's a little gate here that you'll come through to just here. That bit isn't path, so it is still a bit muddy on the feet, but nothing spectacular. And flip the camera around, there's a little notice up here just showing you where you are, and obviously the parts that are out of bounds, which I'm guessing would be up this way if we was to go that way, which we are not. But back of Stonyhurst now, which looks a entrance to the church there, colour in the trees, and then this is how close you get to it, just here is all a part of Stonyhurst, and once you get up close it is nice to see. There you go. Just further up here as we go up. Just put the camera down a bit just off to the side here. I'll just quickly show you. In fact, two viewing spots, I suppose. One off to the left here, that if you just wanted to have a nosy, I suppose, which we could do. Just head up to the gates here. A little peek inside of Stonyhurst, or at least the grounds. At the back there, and then off towards the college itself. And then here, where we have some playing fields. But the view is a bit of a low cloud there, as you see, a bit of morning fog, mist in the valley, giving it a nice effect. And off the way we came, so just walked up here along that tree line there. That's the way we've just come up from, with Hurst Green itself just being straight off that way. And now we're gonna head down here, and then you come to a farm which there's going to be a sign on it turning us left, which we're going to go. And when we do go left, depending on this low lying cloud this morning, we might or might not be able to see Pendle Hill. But switch the camera on at that point and we'll find out when we get there. But we can see it's clear as day. I don't know why I thought we might struggle. No, I didn't go this way last time, so I don't know. I've not been this way for a while, to be honest, but there's lots of routes to walk around here, so I don't do the Tolkien Trail that much myself, as I tend to do other ones. But we can see, if we can, I feel like I could walk across this field and I'd be there. Flip the camera around and show you. There we go. Once it's focused, I'll zoom in a bit. Look at that. But in reality, that's how far away it is. Looking at it as if you stood here, when I was zoomed in, that's how close it looks. So anyway, continue straight on, turning left. It's a straight path, a tarmac road, and then we're going to come to a road and you pretty much go straight over. I showed you last time in the video that we did when we walked, we actually ended up coming down from that way and then we turned left, if you will. This time it's just pretty much a straight over, and the rest of the walk is the same. We're going to follow this path still around the corner of the field and the wood line, the tree line, into the woods, and then it's going to take us by the River Hodder, eventually joining up with the River Ribble. So all that is the same. Wow, this is really, I think I spun the camera around a bit too early, so I'm going to spin the camera around now, give you this shot here. I'm going to switch the camera off, I think, after that, and I'm going to grab some pictures for Facebook. But before doing all that, once the camera focuses, do a bit of a zoom for you. So there you go. How nice is that? Now I'm gonna have to get a picture of that for socials and then continue onwards with my walk, I think. So even though I said I wouldn't, I still will. Straight down there after turning left at that farm, come to the road where I've been some out for a walk down last time, and it's straight over. And just because a picture paints 1,000 words, that's why we've come down. Here's the road here, straight over. Once you get to that, from that point there to this point here, you can see the public footpath sign just telling you to head off down this way. So it is just a straight shot across. And once you are across, stick on this path until you come to a, this is like a track, farm track road if you will. Once this goes around to the left, you'll see a sign telling you to go straight on towards the field, but in between the field and the tree line there is a little walk area that we're going to follow down into the woods, and then we're going to head from there, follow the path down to the Riverside, where we're going to take a nice little break. It's going to be so nice this morning to sit by that riverside and have a break, so I'm looking forward to that. But before then I'll probably switch the camera back on. But this, like I keep saying, this is in the last video that we did, so if you want a more I don't know if it's any more detailed than what we're doing now, but a more sort of, this is the route we will take, turn left here, turn right there, then highly recommend going to watch that video. So we're just going into the wooded area now, if you will, and obviously as you can tell behind me, I'm not quite at the bottom yet. I stopped at the stairs. The reason I've stopped is to show you this picture, and this is why yeah, it's one of, if not my, well, I mean my personal favourite what to do in autumn. But this time of year, this walk, what houses. So I'm just going to continue heading down now to this bridge, but I'll keep the camera on for that. Just be careful on them stairs. Now, I said it last time and I'll say it again, it's worth doing this walk just for this bit alone. But if you're not getting autumn vibes off that, then I don't know what other walk around here would give you autumn vibes. Now, I'm just going to take 5 minutes on this bridge, like I did last time, like I do most times when I come here. And then once I've had 5 minutes, going to continue on up that way to the troll bridge. I don't think it's a troll bridge, but I call it a troll bridge because it's the kind of bridge a troll would live under. And then once I hook a right up the hill, down the hill, I'm going to be up the side of the River Hodder, where I'm going to then take another 5 minutes to appreciate that view in that area. But for now, take 5 minutes on this bridge, and as always, a picture or two for social media. all these trees here. Where I've come from and all the way along, you'll see even up until here now, loads of colour, just with the sun shining here. Don't know if because of the exposure on the camera, if it'll pick it up. This looks like a good spot to get down. Is that a crane? No, you don't see that every day. Not if you heard it on the camera then. That's a shame. Unless it's going to come back. Should have got down here just a couple of minutes earlier. Would have got that perfect. Flying right across. Right across. So I've just come up by the water here. You might be able to see a bit better now without the sun so much. A really nice spot. This is a really nice spot for just taking 5 minutes, sit by the water, and wait for that crane to come back if it does. Yeah, appreciating this view at the minute. That's what I'm going to do. But again, you come out that wooded area and you're just walking along the path there. Just take 5 minutes, get down here. I've not been to this location at any point in the year and it's been a bad spot. Like, you know, it just changes with the season, but it's just the view that just keeps on giving whichever time of year you come. It's so nice here. So I would highly recommend stopping here for 5 minutes if you're on this walk. Just appreciate this. And then just get back onto the main path and we'll head back down towards the main road. Going up to the road now, not far. So we walk along the river edge still, but as we do, just make sure you get in a look over at all these trees this time of year. Sun coming through there a bit. But this time of year, all along this route, and even as we walk up this path here, and the landscape further afield, it's up there. This whole landscape is just absolutely full of colour. There's still quite a bit of a nip in the air. Considering it's just leaves falling, I thought somebody was behind me. Still a bit of a nip in the air considering it's nearly 11 o'clock. It doesn't feel like it. Absolutely perfect weather for walking. Perfect day for doing this route. And yeah, I'm glad I did it. Glad I ended on this one. But we're just going to head up to the main road here. And once we do, turn right, head up a bit of a hill there. And then if we follow the traditional Tolkien Trail, it'd be left into the fields to walk around the water's edge there, River Shirebourn, and follow it back. Or if you wanted to do not that route, and what we did last time, it would be straight on following the road and then a left a bit further up, taking you past Hobbit Hill. I was just debating which route to take. I did say this morning when I got here that we would be following the traditional Tolkien Trail, so it's very possible that I'll just do that route for the purpose of this video. I know them views from Hobbit Hill this time of year. Them views are... In a day like today, them views, it's like, is it worth missing them views? I don't know. You get some good views from Hobbit Hill this morning, that's for sure. So at this point, I could continue straight on to Hobbit Hill, following the cars, but considering that I said I was going to do the traditional Tolkien Trail, I'll stick to doing the traditional Tolkien Trail for the purposes of this video. So I just want to show you, come up the road. Normally, personally, I would walk straight on, but you get to a gate here, public footpath, and this is where you're going to head through the fields. And it looks like they're in the process of putting a proper footpath in these fields as well, which means for future reference I won't have to wear my snow boots to do this walk anymore. Bit of overkill today wearing my snow boots now. I could have got away with it on my normal boots, but at least the people watching this video, all you will know that as long as you've got boots you'll be alright. There's a couple of muddy patches, yeah, but nothing serious. So normal boots will be fine. It's been a long time since I've been this way. So I just wanted to go this way for personal reasons and nostalgia and fun memories. So we're going to continue through these two fields. I'm guessing now you just follow this path and it should spit us out at the other side, where we'll cut through a farm and then up the side of the river. As you get to the bottom of the path here, oops, let me try and do this gate. There we go. We have a sign. Tolkien Trail, depending on which way you're going. So you get to this point and you're staying on that. Or for us, we're heading off down this way and there as well. Been a few years since I've been this way. It's been a few years since I went along that field as well, and brings back a lot of funny memories from the first time we did this walk. When we first did this walk, when my dad passed away, 6 years ago now. 6 years ago already that passed away. So I hope you're alright up there, Dad, which I'm sure you are. I wanted to start this, all these places that my dad took me on walks growing up. When I was younger, more growing up, I was like, oh, whatever, Dad, I'm going out with my friends. But when I was younger, that I suppose I took for granted. And when he passed away and I wanted to do something for him, I thought I'm going to take Summer and Corey, or two, to these walks while they're still younger, like my dad did for me when I was younger, and hopefully one day they'll appreciate it. You know, they're teenagers now, so they stay at home, so I get how my dad must have felt. But I thought I'd do that. And when I went and I thought, well, I'm here, I've got a phone with a camera on, I might as well take the pictures while I'm here anyway. I'm taking the kids on these walks. We're going to a place like Beaconfell, Rock Bottom, just the places I knew, Nicky Nook. And then I thought, well, if I'm doing that, how many people know about these walks? You know, just because I knew about them, because my dad took them. How many people know about these walks? And how many people are able to not get there, but how many people are able to get there, they just don't know about them. Like, how many people drive, they just don't know about the walks, you know. When you think about when I was growing up and I thought with my friends, oh, let's go to the countryside, we just go to the Lake District, just go to the Lake District all the time. And I thought, well, if that's what people think the countryside is, what are you going past to get to the Lake District? Oh, don't get me wrong, it's nice in the lakes, but even from Blackpool it's still an hour's drive. You get into Bowness, which is where everybody goes, Bowness on Windermere. So when I started doing these walks, I looked into it and I thought, I'm going to start doing these walks, start off with Beaconfell and Rock Bottom. I'll take the pictures and I'll upload them to Instagram. And then the more I looked into it, the more I found out walks in the area, and then the more I got into it and the more walks I found out. I was, you know, really got into it. Really enjoy it now this day and age. I can't not walk at a weekend sort of thing. But that was 2018, been doing it a few years now. But this walk in particular, after my dad died, and I done Beaconfell and whatnot, started to look into it, and I put in, you know, walks near me or popular walks near me, whatever. I came across one which was it's not here actually, it's in Yorkshire. and it was where they morning. It's where they filmed the Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. I think it's part 1 at Malham Cove it was. And I thought, oh, that's great, a movie set, sort of like where the movies be. But I looked, and as I went down that road, and I thought, I wonder if there's any sort of movie set things around here. Came across this one, Tolkien Trail, which even though they didn't film The Lord of the Rings here, obviously this trail was based off what J.R.R. Tolkien's inspiration. So this is the walk he did when he was writing the books, when he studied was a professor at Stonyhurst. And he'd probably take his children with him, but he'd come along this walk, and you can sort of see it in the landscape a bit, where he'd get his inspiration for the Shire and the Elven City and other parts. But when we first came to do this walk, we were unprepared. I wanted to do it. I said, come on. I said to Samantha, come on, we'll take the kids and we'll do this walk, it's going to be great. And at that time we didn't really have any walking stuff. I didn't have a backpack, I didn't have boots. I was doing it in high top trainers at the time. Samantha was the same. We brought some, I don't know why I thought he wasn't with us, but he wasn't. He's probably at his friends or something. And we did this walk, and on that field up there, it wasn't pathed, it was so boggy that we Samantha ended up, as she walked across, a trainer came off, and trainer came off. She stood in the wood there. Another sign here. The Tolkien Trail, so it just lets you know which way you're going. Just come down the road, turn right. I'll just show you actually. So this is a fun little nod to Tolkien that we've just been talking about. You shall not pass Gandalf. So it's just saying there's a little diversion there. Just take a photo of that while I'm here, because we've just been on about the Tolkien Trail. So a trainer came off in the field there, and our trainers were shit because the mud was like up to our ankles, And someone said, I'll never come in on this walk again. And we had the dogs with us, they were absolutely covered in mud. And Samantha had to she ended up putting poo bags. She had to put poo bags on her feet because socks and whatnot goosed anyway. She had to put poo bags on her feet and then put her trainers back on and do this last couple of miles with poo bags on her feet and then her feet in her trainers. And someone was the same, she had poo bags on her. Just picture Samantha there now. She just stood, and as she went to stand again, I thought just disappeared. Trainers. And that's the first time we ever did this walk. But back then there was no path like there was then. Probably for that reason they're putting in footpaths now. There was no footpaths, and we come in trainers. And I think we got here about 11 o'clock. We didn't really know where to park, but at the time we could park at Shireburn Arms. And I looked on and I said, no, it's straightforward. It says it's about 4 miles, whatever, we'll do it. I think we got back to the car. We started at 11 and we got back to the car about 2:30, 2:45 in the afternoon. But it was, it's why I have bags now and walking boots, and since then it's like, right, let's do this geared up, let's do this properly, and carry water with me, carry supplies, still carry poo bags in my bag to this day, even if the dogs aren't with us, still carry the poo bags just in case, because you never know. And yeah, there's a little sheep there saying hello to me. Just a good fun time. So, whoops, over here. So I'm gonna continue on with this. I don't know what this camera's doing. flip you around and show you. Continue on with this walk. There's a bit of a diversion in place. I'm guessing we're meant to be more field down there, unless this is the new route now, because like I said, it is a few years since we've been here, but it did say diversion in place that you shall not pass. So we'll walk this way, because for all I know, it's either the way this guy's pointing, it's either going to shoot us straight down there, and it's just that part that's cut out, or it's going to shoot us straight on. We're about to find out. By the looks of things, just as a temporary measure, it's just this part that's going to be the diversion. There's a path saying it's straight down now, but they have put signs up saying this is the way for the Tolkien Trail, which I will show you. So this might be the way you come from now on, and just to cut the farm out. If you know, farmers are trying to farm, you get that much foot traffic through your farm in a year, so it's telling us to go down there through this gate. So I'm going to head down that way. So I've not done this route before, but going forward from now on, this could be the way you have to go. I'll let you know when I get down there what I think. So the diversion, which isn't much of a diversion, once I hit that gate, just walk down to the bottom where the water was. You couldn't go any further, left or right. You have to turn right because you can't turn left back to the farm. And then that's it. You're back on the trail. I don't know if that's going to be a temporary diversion or more of a permanent one. Personally, if I was the farmer, I'd make it a permanent one. Sorry. And then cuts people walking through the farm. But you know, that's just my opinion. So that's where I've come. It's just a straight shot, and in front of me, this is the path we follow now. So still by the water's edge here. This is where we're going to go straight on. I just thought I'd switch the camera on because this is where we came down from Hobbit Hill last time. So there we go. We've just walked down here, so you stay by the river and you just follow it, keep the river ripple on your left hand side. In our last video, this is where we came down this road. So Hobbit Hill, just up in the distance there, if you can make it out. So this is where we came down last time, which is the path we're on. But if if you're coming across, you just stay, and then you come across here and stick with it. A lovely shot here. You just got a gap in the trees here. River falling in full force now, and again that landscape across here, it's like, and I've said this more than once in my videos, and I'll say it again, walking on this walk today, I know it's the Tolkien Trail, but when the landscape's like this, full of colour, it does feel like you're in a Bob Ross painting. Everywhere you look, that shot I showed you, then you're looking across, you're looking like, looks like you're looking at a Bob Ross painting, a live one. And even looking at this landscape here, what I'm looking at now, the farm up there and whatnot, but just the landscape is like looking at a Bob Ross painting. And then today is for this time of year, but on a day like today, autumn day, end of the month, end of October, all that colour, it's absolutely best time to do this walk. But that's for my personal opinion. Any time of the year it's a good time to do this walk. I just love it more with these colours. So we're just coming up to the bottom of the hill now. Still by the river. It's still a bit overgrown, this area. And what I'm going to do is, just in a minute, after this 2-minute recording I suppose, we're going to be at the bottom of the hill, where I am then going to take this off and this just down to a t-shirt, just for while we're going up the hill, to keep my body temperature low, not to overheat too much, and that way it should help me get up the hill a bit. So just keep that in mind. It's always a best to do that if you've got any coats on and whatnot, instead of walking in your coat and sweating in your coat, then getting to the top and cooling down and having nothing to put on. Just take it off, get up the hill, and once you cool down, get your coats back on. Oh, actually it's a lot better here now. So I don't know if you remember, but on the last video this area was all overgrown. Really overgrown last time we came down here. All this was really bad. This is the gate through to the bridge and the start of our uphill climb. So we've made it to the top of the hill, just up the road from our car, but before that we are going to make a quick stop, or a pit stop, at the Shireburn Arms for refreshments. I think it's only fitting after today's walk, the last one in this series, we'd stop here and have a quick drink to nostalgia and fun times, and in memory of my dad. Looks like there's an event going on, so we'll see if we can get a quick pint here, freshen up. Right, now that's refreshments done, back to the car, the final part. Good pub, great to stop for a light refreshment after a long walk. Just heading back through centre now. Hurst Green, back to the car, it's busy, a lot of traffic around, and that's it. It's a straight shot back to the car, and that's the Tolkien Trail. A nice round robin. Can't tell you what I've walked because I forgot to set my tracker on. It's a lovely day, a lot of people here now, so it does get busy, especially with that, but a lot of people might just be coming for a pub lunch because they do good food in that pub, Shireburn Arms. I have eaten there once before on a lunchtime snack. I think it was the club sandwich I had, and it was really good. Food all fresh and hand cut chips and all that, what you'd expect from a nice pub like that. It was a bit busy though, so today just stopped for quick refreshments, but I shall eat when I get back home. So the final stretch here, I'll show you once I put my cameras around. A lot of people looking for parking places. We just head up this road now. Just on the right there is the car, past that pub that still isn't open, I believe. And that's it. After this walk, that concludes this series of 5 episodes that I've really enjoyed doing, and I hope you lot at home have enjoyed watching them. This time of year in Lancashire, walks to do, get all them colours in before all the trees fall off the before all the leaves fall off the trees. For winter, is obviously you only have X amount of weeks and then that's it. So I would get out, get these walks done, whichever one you like to do. For personal reasons, as I said earlier, this is definitely a walk that I do at least once a year this time of year, but I will be coming back now, but it won't be until 2025 when I come back to revisit this walk, which I would like to do because of all the paths that they've been putting in. It would be nice to get back here in 2025, check out the paths, see if they put any fences up to separate the field and the paths anymore, or if it's just stone paths, and I can update you and let you know that if you are coming to this walk in 2025, then you might not need to wear big old walking boots, or wellies that I'm wearing, definitely not today. But you'll be able to do it in boots with all the paths they're putting around. So it's nice to see this walk when all the paths are in properly and done. So we'll come back at some point next year on this walk, but for now, going into winter, there's going to be a lot going on with Livermore, Rugby Hall, Blackpool, Lytham, Kirkham, all the Christmas markets and Christmas events happening. A lot of Halloween walks happening at the minute, so there's a lot to look at there. Barton Grange is going to start doing their Christmas showcase, so there is that. So there's a lot to film there. I want to get back up to Beacon myself. I've not been there for a while. That's another favourite of mine. And we're just coming up now. Car park's full. I'm just going to walk up a little bit and leave you with this shot here to end the video on, to end the series of videos on this shot just up here. But as for me, from my side, I'd just like to say to everyone that's joined me on the walks, that has joined me halfway through the walks, that continues to join me on all the walks, thank you for all your support. It seems like a long time ago when I started these walks, but it's soon come and gone. I've enjoyed doing it. So yeah, every episode or video that we make, just tweaking it a little bit, learning a little bit something else. But as for this series, that will be it now. I don't know if my next video will even be a walking video. I just wanted to get the 5 done, one after another. It's just been 5 weeks, it's just been a little bit longer than 5 weeks. And I'm happy that I've ended on this one. But for everybody that's watching this video and that's watched to the end, thank you for your continued support, and thank you to everyone that has supported me on this Lancashire's best autumn walks. I've been Andy, this is Coast to Countryside, and thank you for joining me.